What's up, you guys? Today, I just want to show you guys a pretty, just a pretty efficient lower body workout that isn't going to take a ton of time, but we're going to really maximize the work. What I'm going to start with, what I have already started with, is a 5-minute sled drag. Okay, so 5 minutes or 200 meters or so. I've already done 2 because I just want to spare you guys the full 5 minutes, but that's why I'm a little bit out of breath. So really the goal here is just to make sure we're warming up the legs and specifically the knees, right? So if you guys followed any of my previous videos, I'm still working through a little knee rehab here and some groin stuff. So I got to make sure that as I'm dragging this thing, I don't have any pain in this left knee, right? Which at the start I had to be a little more ginger, but now after a couple trips, I'm really able to move it without pain, and it feels really good. So the more I get that foot back, the more I'm going to isolate that quad, get that burn, and that burn is going to really bring in that blood flow so we can heal. And then ultimately, the more we heal, the more we can remodel and repair. So, right, if you're feeling good, pick it up. And feel free to slow it down. But the goal is we just want to get the blood flowing. We'll get some good cardiovascular work here. Got a real good burn going in the quads. And it's pain-free, low risk, all right? Whew! Okay. So there's that. Now, what I want to take you guys into is we're going to jump in here. Okay? So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys just 3 things that I want to go through, right? So again, today's going to be efficiency, but making sure we're getting good work in still. All right. Actually, bear with me. I'll move the camera around a little bit today, okay? So we're going to go set up right here. Now, this next thing I'm going to do is stretch. I like to do this at the end for sure, but depending on what you're training and how tight you are in certain areas. Okay, so my left knee's been an issue. All finished? Okay, I'm just going to finish this video and then I'll be in, okay? Just hang. Yeah, then we're going to go. Yeah. No. Not today. Legos are good. Yeah. So, we're going to come here. And I'm just going to try to get this stretch. Now, this may be too intense for you. You can go off a bench if you want to. Or you can just sort of stay back here and find where that is. Bring the foot back if that's too intense. And really, I just want to spend some time here opening up that quad and that hip flexor, right? So after all that work, this is super tight. I'm going to switch. Woo! And a good gauge is maybe 30 seconds, but depending on how you're feeling, you can shorten it or make it a little longer. So ultimately, bringing ourselves all the way back here is going to be ideal. But if you can't get that far, that's fine. And I'm just going to spend a little bit here on this left side. Good. So I can get decent range here, but you guys can see it's not as good as that right side. So constantly kind of limited by this left side. I'm trying to bring that up. Just spending some time. Good. Okay. So okay, so what we have, so that's the couch stretch, right? I like to open up with that. But now I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to try to get into here. See if I can get a good angle for you. This should be all right. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to shoot for, we're going to do a split squat and some Nordics, okay? So split squat, right? I got my foot on the wedge here. Okay, this is an ATG split squat. And I'm going to use these to support myself because with my groin and my knee, I've been dealing with a little bit of an issue. So I just want to make sure, okay, I'm coming down and back up. I'm just looking for 5 reps on a side. So again, you can elevate your foot also if you need a little bit less intensity. Use something to support yourself, a bench, a chair. Okay, I've got these bars. But if you need to, okay, I'm keeping my back foot off the ground. I'll give you another angle in a second. And then I'm just coming up, okay? So this is the tough knee, right? But while I do this, I'm promoting movement through here, right? Generating blood flow, synovial fluid, like I'm getting the joint lubed up. And I'm slowly trying to repair, not just the muscle, right? The muscle's straight, but it's the joint that I'm really struggling with. So making sure in that long range, stretch and back up, okay? Do 2 more here. Good control, tension, back up. See if I can go without any assistance. So not bad, pretty good. Need a little bit of assistance here. And back up, good. So that's the best that's probably been in a long time. And then right leg's gonna be much easier. But when I get into this right leg, because I've got that groin issue, I've got that back hip flexor getting really stretched out. So this is what's good, not just for strength, but also for length, okay? So there's, we'll go 1 more here. Good stretch, okay. So now, what I'm gonna now move to is these Nordics. So a couple things to keep in mind with the Nordic is making sure you're not putting too much intensity through the joint, okay? Got a ton of dust and pollen in here. So at one point, I was able to hold myself all the way down and then kind of spring myself back up. But because of the issue with that left knee, right? So when we get into this Nordic position, now we're dealing with knee flexion, right? So now my knee is taking the load as I come down, and we're really working those hamstrings, okay? So I want to be very, very mindful not to work into anything painful. So the more straight up you are, the more intensity. The more you come here, the more you regress it, okay? So if you're not able to hold here at all, you can just get like this, right? And then just sort of find your way down, right? So even doing that, I can kind of feel a little bit of work here on this left knee. So I got to be real careful. And then I'm going to just drop, okay? So again, don't push through. I've done that, and it just leads to injury. So try to stay humble. I know it's going to be hard. Just meet your body where it's at, all right? Don't try to force your body into progressing faster. Just let it adapt as it will adapt. And hold. Good. That's 2. I'm just going to go for 5 here. 3. Good. 4. And then last one. 5. Okay, nice. So the goal first for anything else is just to get yourself to where you'd be able to hold to this position. All right. And at one point I was there. I got really immature in the gym and I just tried doing too much too fast. Got hurt. Got on a basketball court where I should have. And that's what happened. So, okay, so now I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to use a bench just so you can kind of see the angle a little better here. I'm going to put this here. All right. Let me lower this for you a little bit. Okay. So now what I'll show you is I'm going to put a bench here to kind of support me. But I want to make sure you guys are able to see. Let's see where this foot's going to go. Hope you can see that back foot, but so from the side, right, I want to show you guys first the goal here. So the right side, I'm going to show you, right, driving that knee way over the toe, right, I'm fine here. Okay, this feels great. I got full calf coverage of the hamstring, right back out. Okay, now you'll see with this left side, as I come down, right, I don't quite have that range because of my groin and my knee. So I've got to really kind of support myself here just a little bit, right? Good. And then 1. Control, tension. Okay, stretch through this back hip flexor. 2. Good. 3. 4. My shoulders are staying back. I'm staying back on that back foot. And up. What's up, buddy? You good? Okay, I'll be right in, okay? Thanks, dude. Okay, so then I'm going to go back through here. Really, on this one, I'm getting that stretch in that back hip flexor. Coming right back up. 2. Control. 3. 4. Last one. 5. And then I want to get a couple extra reps on this left leg just to really get a little extra work there. So coming through. So this, believe it or not, is actually the best I've felt on this left leg in a while. Control. I'm definitely warmed up. I'm sweating. Good. Four, and then last one. Ooh, yeah, not just my knee, but my groin feels pretty good. So, all right, then we're gonna go back over to this, and now I'm gonna see how this left knee's feeling on these Nordic. So, again, I'm just doing 2 sets plus the sled. You know, we're looking at maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then just slow adaptation over time. So, again, locking those feet against the plate. If you don't have a Nordic bench, you can use a regular bench. Put a weight belt around you to hold you in. This is going to be your best option, but there's a lot of different ways you can, search that out. So I'm just going back for 5 here. Control. So you guys can see how much more warmed up I am, right? A lot more control on this one. Still want to be careful, especially in the groin. I could feel as I got down lower, I could feel a little bit of strain, tension in that groin. So, oh, that's 2. And these are going to probably taper off quite a bit. 3. So you're not just getting that knee from the hamstring in the knee, but you've also got the gastroc, the upper calf, that you're really going to get some work through here too. So it's good to get knee extension as you're coming out of a squat, right? But also that flexion from the other side as you're trying to hold yourself down. Ooh, yeah, no, I'm really getting worked. Haven't done these in a little while. And fight. Good. Okay. Whew. Cool. Wow, you made that? Good job. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Magnetile fall. All right, so that's it for today. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick insight. Sled, split squat, Nordic. You know, that's pretty much it for today. Want to be super efficient with it. And again, just progress at your pace, right? I run into trouble when I try to speed things up. Your body's going to do what it's going to do, and this is not linear, right? So progressive overloading and coming back is the idea and the goal here. And that's a good approach. But I think we have to factor in so many other things that just because you did a certain weight a certain day the week before doesn't always mean you're going to hit a next weight, right? Especially when we're dealing with the joints. You know, so this has been a really, really slow, tedious process. It's been very frustrating for me at times. I've been, you know, like patience and prayer and honestly submitting to the Lord's will that, like, you know, I'm not trying to get ahead of Him, and I'm not trying to force anything for, you know, my own fleshly desires, right? So I just want to be really patient. But again, today is the best it's felt in a long time as a whole. So just those 3 though, building on those, and I'll come back with some other ones, you know, Lord willing, in the future. But I just want to give you guys like an insight, man. It's just small. Don't think you got to be in here for 3 hours at a time and then, you know, and kill yourself. Like, I feel good. I got some good burn. I got my lungs going. I got blood flow going. I hit, you know, some really important movements. And just kind of scratching the surface. So appreciate y'all. Drop me a line if you have any questions, but stay at it, all right?